Hi, I'm very busy this week, but I wanted to post something. So here is a compilation of murder secrets from previous Revealing Your Secrets episodes. If they sound familiar, that's why. I will be back next week with an entirely new video. And let me know if you want to see a murder-themed Revealing Your Secrets with never before heard secrets. I hope you enjoy this. Don't murder me if you don't. Hey Alex! So I'm Estonia, and I live in a small farm near the Russia border. My life is fine, but something is super off with my dad. For about 2 years, ever since I was 13, some Russian guy kept coming to our farm and would only speak to my dad, but I never thought anything of it until one day they got into some massive argument, and the Russian guy ended up leaving and my dad started panicking like crazy. After that day, I never saw the Russian guy, but why I'm worried about my dad is that ever since that day, he sweats more and gets extremely paranoid, and one time I was watching a murder documentary and he walked in on me watching it and started screaming at me for watching it, but then he started panicking and sweating like crazy, and every time I mention murder to him, he starts panicking. How frequently does the topic of murder ever really come up? Help, I think my dad murdered that Russian guy. What do I do? And I can't report it to the police because there's no evidence to support my theory except for the sweating and the paranoia. Why the hell are you trying to report your dad? He probably killed the Russian guy because, I don't know, maybe to protect you, to protect your assets. I don't fucking know what's going on. Let your dad get away with murder. It's fine. Let him deal with it, okay? All right? Plot twist, I'm involved in the murder. During quarantine, I'm stuck at home with my sister who is supposed to be in college and she's not. Fuck you, Corona. Sounds like you really love your sister. Anyways, she had to take home her pet fish from college that she loves and kept saying, oh, this is the only good part of college I have left with me, blah, blah, blah. But one day she yelled at me for being too loud talking to my dog when she was on a Zoom class. The audacity. So, since I was pissed later that night, I snuck into her room and stole the pet fish and fed it to my dog. Ha, bitch, sucks for you. Now you don't have good parts of college, loser. Also, R.I.P. Simpy, her fish. It was actually really nice. Yeah, I bet it was really nice. It was a fucking fish. It couldn't do anything bad to anyone. Yet you killed it. I hate when you guys use each other's pets for collateral. They are not collateral, they are living, breathing creatures who deserve to not be killed. I'm mad at you. I'm ashamed of you, and I can't look at you right now. On Halloween, my boyfriend and I decided to go mess with some people, so we dressed as Michael Myers in the Chainsaw Massacre. We jumped out of bushes and scared people, and this old lady walked by, so we tried scaring her, and I accidentally cut her arm off with a chainsaw? We did not know that the chainsaw was a fucking real chainsaw. But my boyfriend grabbed me and we ran off and ended up going home, and he told me what you did turned me fucking on. Come ride daddy. That's grosser than cutting off an old lady's arm. IMO. And well, ended up railing the out of me, and now I have a 2-year-old daughter. I'm not complaining though, but I wonder what happened to that old lady, LMAO. Oh my god, do you have no fucking conscience? You are not fit to be a parent if you have no empathy for the old lady who is now armless because of you. Oh my god. Hi, so here's some I freaky scary that happened at my school. This is really a secret, but still. What? So at my school this one kid was really creepy, and one day when we got in homeroom, he stabbed a girl and fled the scene. The cops found him hiding in someone's backyard and just left the girl there. She was stabbed in the lower back, I think. I'm not gonna say her name or the name of the boy who did it because they're minors, but if you want to see news stuff on it, look up 13-year-old girl stabbed Massachusetts. Thank you and good night! Sorry for spelling mistakes, it's really late. I didn't really believe you because of how chaotic your whole storytelling was, and it didn't make sense. It's like he stabbed her in the homeroom and then the girl was with her and he left her, or oh, he left her in the room. Anyways, I believe you simply because you said look it up. Do you ever someone will tell you something and they'll tell you to look it up and you don't really want to look it up, but just surely from the fact that they offered the option, you're like, okay, all right, yeah. I believe you. I have schizophrenia and the voices are telling me to go on a killing rampage. I'm considering it since my whole family are fucking assholes. Anyways, I like your videos. They are so funny and always make us laugh. Okay, I'm sorry. Is us your family and you, or you and the voices? Because I have a feeling it's you and the voices. You know what? Just keep laughing, okay? Whatever it takes for you to not kill your entire family. I'll keep making videos, okay? I promise. This isn't really a secret, but it's creepy. My friend and I were biking around my town and we were on this little trail by the road where a lot of homeless people camp out. The power was out that day, so not many people were on the road and we were the only people on the trail. Then I saw bones on the ground. I told my friend and she was freaking out. I saw arm bones, leg bones, and a human rib cage. My friend kept on telling me that she would call 911 or one of her parents, but I said no because I didn't want to believe it was real. There were rotting clothes on the body and part of it was leaned up on someone's fence. I was talking to my friend about it again and she saw part of the broken jaw. I don't know if it's still there, probably not. It looked like it had been dug up and it was definitely old. I haven't told my parents, but my friend told hers and they said that it's probably a Halloween decoration. But we really don't think it is. So yeah, we might have saw a dead body. Firstly, that's terrifying. Secondly, an excellent idea for anyone who is hoarding a dead body. Just prop it up outside, like anywhere, during October, and people will just be like, oh yeah, it's a Halloween decoration. It's a really good idea. Not that I need that idea for myself, like I don't have it. Ever since I was little, maybe 6 to 7 years old, I've had very explicit and detailed thoughts about murder. I'm talking real shit. I would suddenly get the urge to strangle a literally random stranger till they turn an assortment of vibrant colors. I don't know if that's scientifically accurate. And then lie with them till their skin turns icy cold and watch as the life drains from their eyes. Or maybe I'd imagine a pair of scissors being plunged into someone's eyes as they desperately try and fight back blind. The screams almost seem real, and I get a high off these thoughts. I think it's a weird fetish. Yeah, me too. Go to therapy. Go to therapy. I visited my cousin during quarantine, and we found out that the reason Corona started was because of Chinese people eating animals or something, and her neighbor has a cat. So we stole it from the neighbor's garden and killed it with a pitchfork. I dared her to cook it and eat it, and she did, and she said it wasn't bad, so I tried it and threw up. Cat is disgusting. Fucking, you're disgusting. You're disgusting. What the fuck? What the fuck? I want to slap you across the face right now, you motherfucker. Don't eat my cat. And when I say my cat, I'm referring to all cats. I despise the holidays, because it seems every holiday I kill someone. So relatable, girl. What? For instance, last Easter, my mom told me my grandfather was coming to stay with us for Easter. He lived across the world, and I really didn't like my grandpa because he was kind of a hypocrite asshole. Anyways, I prayed and prayed that my grandfather would have some complication and not be able to come. Obviously not wishing death upon him, but what do you know? The next day I wake up and go to the living room and there's my mom crying on the couch. I asked her what's the matter and she said, your grandfather just died. I acted sad, I really wasn't. Okay, fast forward to the 4th of July. We were having this huge family party and my mom told me to take out the trash before the guests arrived. Do you think I did it? No. So when the guests arrived, I realized that there's still a garbage bag sitting there and I was talking with my mom, so I went anywhere she would notice I hadn't taken the trash out yet. Is that what? My older cousin Lenny was some sort of mind reader or something because he saw the look in my eyes and knew about the trash. He pointed to it and mouthed, do you want me to take it out? And I said, yeah. And I was planning on thanking him when he got back inside, but he didn't come back in. What? What happened to Lenny? What happened to Lenny? When I went outside to find Lenny, he was on the ground unconscious. So basically a car hit him and got him pretty good because he had a severe brain damage and died in surgery. And this is why you always do your chores. I wish I had taken 2 minutes out of my day to take out the damn trash. Lastly, Thanksgiving and Christmas. I don't even want to know what happens next. These two tie into each other because on Thanksgiving my mom told me to do crap to the turkey. My great aunt eats her whole dinner and leaves happy as usual. The next day she calls us in an angry tone and said, I probably have salmonella. She wasn't the healthiest woman, so she was really sick until right around Christmas when she freaking died. Obviously I didn't know if it was my fault, but I cooked the turkey, so yeah. But now I'm really nervous because Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, and Easter are coming up, and I don't know if I can kill any more people. I don't want a repeat of last year. You should become a Jehovah's Witness. It's legitimately the answer to your problem. This is a very serious matter. You're dangerous, and we need you to reel in the festivities. So my gran is a homophobic, transphobic bitch. I'm a gay trans guy, and she hates everyone but her own children, 3 people. She has many underlying health conditions and is getting really old. I came up with this really detailed plan to catch COVID-19 and give it to her by getting my dad to take me with him when he next went to see her so I could infect her. Long story short, I didn't get COVID-19. My didn't go to see her, and that fat diabetic little bitch still isn't dead. Jesus Christ. This shit sucks, and I don't even regret thinking of the plan. Love your videos, by the way. Hey, just a PSA to all viewers. Don't try to kill anyone with corona, okay? Especially and even if you hate your grandparents. Just don't do it. So, my roommate and I shared a 2-bedroom apartment in New York City and didn't have any issues. She was clean and overall kept to herself, which I liked especially since we weren't that close despite living with each other. Months go by and she starts not coming home for like 2 to 3 days, and because we just talked here and there, I didn't want to ask her about it and pester her because it felt awkward. This was also my first time moving away and having a roommate, so I was dumb. Anyways, this kept happening for weeks and I was getting annoyed because she would be gone for longer periods of time that meant I had to clean up after her or else the apartment would be messy, of course. So she comes home one night and I finally asked her where she was and she just told me not to worry and that she can go wherever she wants whenever, and kind of blew up in my face about it. I never saw her get angry like that before, so I just went to my room. The next few days she was gone again and I was pissed that she so easily left me alone in the apartment without any context on where she was going. Being single in New York City at night by yourself isn't safe for anyone too, so I was worried. Here's where it gets weird. I decided to go into her room and clean up, and something was really stinking up her room. I checked and in her dresser was a dead cat. Like, how the fuck do you get a whole ass cat in there? So I was freaking out and texted her, get home right now. I don't care where you are. This is urgent. So she shows up and I tell her about the cat and she explained that basically she was leaving for days to go to this group where they sacrifice animals in order to earn money. This is some Squid Game shit. Really fucked up stuff. That's true. And that the cat who had been following her every night and the one she killed was going to be sacrificed. I was so scared that I left the apartment and moved out. I was young and didn't think to call the police or something and just try every day to forget about it. Lesson learned. Get to know your roommates before you sign on an apartment together. Love your vids. What the fuck? What the fuck? It's so weird. I don't understand the correlation between killing animals and earning money, except for maybe some sick fuck in charge who has a lot of money and wants to see creatures die at the hands of others. My brain is, I'm trying to, system error. I gotta reboot. Let me just press the restart button. I still feel like shit. Okay, so this isn't really a quarantine confession, but I remember it due to my boredom. It's probably why all of us are having a hard time. It's just there's so much space for us to rediscover our repressed memories. Let's find out what yours is. Anyway, when I was like 6 or 7, I was outside playing basketball. My cat was around the house as usual. He goes missing and I think nothing of it. When he comes back, there's a baby bunny in his mouth. As the 7-year-old I was, I panicked. I thought that the bunny was going to die anyway. It probably wouldn't have, to be honest. So I took it out of the cat's mouth and took it to the garage. I see a twist tie on the table, so I put it around the bunny's neck. I legit just kept turning and turning. I strangled that bunny. Then I threw it in the trash and never got caught. I feel so bad now and weird, but not crazy or anything. Love your vids. XOXO. Dramatic zoom in. Oh, I'm so sorry that I read that one. I'm so sorry to myself and to all of you that I read that. Oh god. Oh god. I'm glad you feel remorse though, because some of you guys don't. So this happened when I was really young. I can barely remember, but I have these birds. I forgot one of their names, but wow, you must have really cared about your birds. But one who survived for a long time was named Jack Jack. It was a girl bird, but we thought it was a boy because she laid 12 eggs one night. Wouldn't that mean you'd think it was a girl? I'm confused. So anyways, back to the story. One day when I was super bored, I decided I was going to hold my pet bird. So I took it out of his cage and started holding him and petting him, but my mom said to put him back because I was too young, but I didn't want to. So I hid under my bed and squeezed my bird so tight I killed it. So ashamed, I put it in a box under my bed. Fast forward to a few years later, one day I had a sleepover and one girl said my room smelled like dead animal, and we found this so gross that it probably smelled like dead animal the whole time and you were just living in it, so you had no idea. And we found the smell under my bed after looking around. Turns out the bird's skeleton was still in the box. To this day, I still keep its skull in a small glass box. I can smell the room. I don't like it. When I was a kid, I won a goldfish from a fair. One day I was talking to my sister about how I didn't want it anymore, and she told me that when we went on vacation last month, she had her friend who fed them for us give her fish a pill in the water to kill it. Her friend took a video and sent it to her. So that night I took perfume and poured it into my fish's bowl. The next morning it was dead. Can't you just flush it down the toilet like a normal fucking person? No, I don't condone killing any creature, but why you gotta be so evil about it? It's such a slow, painful, to put it down the toilet. It can swim in the sewer. I don't know if that's worse. I don't know if that's worse. The toilet option seems a lot more kosher, you know? So because of Corona, my dad is getting out of prison early, but I not so low-key don't want him coming back home. He's been in prison since like the mid-2000s, so he has no clue how modern life or technology works. The other day he asked me to look something up in the phone book. Like, what even is that? Like, I know it's selfish, but I refuse to spend my quarantine teaching him how an iPad works. I'm still helping my mom struggle with Zoom because her non-essential ass is working from home. I may have to resort to murder for a more relaxing quarantine. Alright, we don't need another family member in jail, okay? Just teach your dad how to use an iPhone. It'll be a good bonding experience. If there's ever a time to do it, it's now. Family is everything. Also, why did your dad go to jail? Leave a comment down below. When I was 10, this new family moved next door. They were pretty chill, except when it got to around 2 to 3 a.m., they would go outside and start banging pots together. What? At first, I could put up with it as I was already up around that time anyway, but it soon started to drive me insane. Since they were pretty chill and normal throughout the day, our families were friends and we would often go to each other's houses. When they were at my place for dinner, I snuck over to their house and unlocked their door. I know the code for their spare key. I went inside and went to find their really cute, fluffy ragdoll cat. Out of pure anger and probably sleep deprivation, I picked their cat up by the neck and yeeted it down their basement stairs. The fuck did the cat do to you? Jesus. Let's just say Simon never meowed again. Maybe I should see a therapist? Yeah. I am now 15 and I still don't completely know what happened to their cat. It sounds like you do know what happened to their cat, or you don't know if it's alive still. Also, what? I feel really disturbed by I'm like disappointed in you about the cat, right? But what the fuck is going on with the pots and the pans? Is this like a religious ceremony? Somebody fill me in. My brother poisoned our dog on St. Patrick's Day because he was mad that our parents were getting a divorce. He was 13 and I was 6. Now 10 years later, I'm still 100% terrified of him. I don't think he knows that I know, but I think about it all the time. I will never forgive him because how the hell can you kill a dog? Literally psychopath behavior. Oh my god, I would be scared too. To have the capacity to kill an animal, specifically a dog, is very frightening. And it's like, your parents are getting a divorce. You want that little furry fuck to help you get through it. But nope, not him. He didn't need it, because he was a psycho. Well, I guess he's not a sociopath, because he was upset that your parents were getting a divorce. I don't really know I'm not a doctor, but I know your brother is not well, and that dog's dead. I know those two things. I have trauma from this. You probably won't see this, but if you do, just to set the scene, I was in 5th grade. It was the first day, and after school's done, me and a few kids and our parents walked to this frozen yogurt place, and we were chilling outside. It's a nice day, and I'm looking into the street, and a kid gets hit by a car, smoosh splat. Smoosh splat. And then I look at the car and it was my aunt's car and I saw her get out. I don't know how my mom didn't see her, but we still see her to this day and I don't think she knows that I know, and I haven't told anyone she killed a kid and just lives her life. So you saw a hit and run. There's no way you saw a hit and run and you were sitting with a group of people who did not also see that hit and run. I'm having a hard time believing this, but smoosh splat, you know? R.I.P. Maybe. Okay, so this has been laying on my chest for way too long. So if you were to make a video about talking about grandma secrets, please read. So I had my grandmother living with my family maybe since I was about 7-ish years old. She was like 98 when this took place. She was blind and shortly after broke both of her hips. She would constantly whine about how death doesn't want her and how she just wanted to die. So one night my intrusive thoughts were killing me. So I made my way to her bedroom, took a few pillows and stuffed them onto her. Is this about to be a murder confession? She stopped breathing. pretty quickly, and I just kind of stood there realizing what I did. Nobody thought much of it because, well, she was near her hundreds. I really had no bad intention. I was just 10 and thinking that I would help her. I'm sorry, and I miss you, Granny. Love your videos, though. What the fuck? Okay. Give me a second. I just have to get past the fact that you murdered your grandma or grandma. Okay. The lady wanted to die, and she was like probably weeks away from it anyways, right? So did you really do anything wrong? It was like illegally assisted suicide. It was actually kind of noble to have undergone that personal trauma to help her reach her goal, which was to die. It's crazy that somehow I realized this is a murder confession. You killed your grandma. But I'm like, I'm okay with it. And she was obviously okay with it too. It's all about context, you know what I mean? And within the context of the story, I think it's okay that you killed your grandma. Somehow, in this sea of secrets, you are better than a lot of people who didn't kill someone. You know what I mean? Like, you're okay. Okay. You know what we call this in therapy? We call this a dialectic, where two opposing things are both true. You killed your grandma, that's inherently bad, but also you helped your grandma and you did something almost selfless. This is very confusing for me. I can't imagine how you feel. Me and my friend wanted to sing karaoke. She had 2 microphones, but one was broken. She wouldn't let me use the one that worked, so I got angry and hit her really hard on the back of the head with the broken microphone. She passed out for a bit, and I convinced her mom that she had an asthma attack and bumped her head. She died 2 weeks later, and at the funeral I cried, but I wasn't sorry because she got what she deserved. You are scary. Was it worth it to sing whatever song you sung? Did you even sing? Was she like passed out on the floor and you were doing karaoke alone? Now you can't even use her working microphone because you can't go over because she's dead. It's like, did you really get what you needed out of that situation? I have never felt more sorry for an act that I have committed than this secret. I was around 14 and I think I killed someone. My father and I were on a hike for Father's Day. We had our packs, it was midday, and there had been a few other people on the trail. We were coming up on a viewpoint when my father had to pee. He walked off trail and I went up to see the view. There was a few really big rocks and I thought it would be really funny to watch one of them like hit a tree or roll down the cliff. So I pushed it. It was one of the smaller ones, so I thought it would be fine. But then I saw the backpack a few yards off to the side and heard someone scream. The rock crashed down and I heard nothing else. No one cried for help, so I kicked the backpack down and ran to my dad saying I was not feeling well. He really wanted to see the view. It was pretty nice actually, despite everything. But I insisted that we go back to the car because I was so nauseous. So yeah, Johan Eduardo, I hope your family is doing okay without you. I see that they still have you listed as a missing person. R.I.P. Sorry. I just got a murder confession. Oh my god! How do you know who the person is? And how do you know his name? Now I'm involved, you know? It's kind of weird. It's really, what the fuck? When I was really little, me and my cousin would joke around with each other and pull tricks all the time. I'd only see him on holidays and special occasions as I live quite a while away. Last year, we all got together for Christmas and I thought it would be funny to put crushed almonds in his cup of milk because of me being so little, I didn't understand he was actually allergic to almonds and ended up passing of how serious his allergies were. No one ever found out it was me and I barely speak to anyone because I feel so guilty. Holy fucking shit. I'm so sorry you have to live with that. And he didn't even get to try like a good nut, you know, before he died. He didn't even get to try a pistachio at least. Like I would not want to die over an almond. And that's the saddest part. I often fantasize killing animals at night before going to sleep. Like, it would be so easy for to wrap my hands around my mom's toy poodle, the dog breed, and strangling it until I can feel it stop moving. I also sometimes get turned on by thinking about killing someone. I am 13, almost 14. I'm scared because I know that this is not normal, but I can't stop thinking about it. I am almost 100% sure that there is something wrong with me. I need help. Anyways, I love your videos and you always make me laugh. The sad thing is poodles are like maybe the most strangleable dog breed. I like rat dogs, okay? I know some people don't. I do. But I totally understand why someone could just like a poodle. I don't know, you know? I don't know. Should I be saying this shit? Look, okay? We want you here at the Ayydubs community, with just me. It's actually just me. There's no one here. But I would really like for you to go get help. You're fine. You're probably dealing with intrusive thoughts, but you need to go see a therapist so that you can work on turning them down. You know, maybe like the volume just a little quieter so that you don't end up killing your mom's poodle or anyone else and then, you know, getting off to it. When I was in 8th grade, my best friend hooked up with my ex-boyfriend that I was getting over, and I got super mad. At the after graduation party, I put rat poison in her drink. I honestly didn't know it was gonna hurt her badly, but I was a dumb middle schooler. But she passed the next day in the hospital, and I honestly didn't care at all. Am I a murderer? Oh my god, you're a murderer. I have got a really, really messed up audience. Does that mean I messed up? Yeah, probably. So whenever I get angry at someone, I just plan their murder in my head. Like chooping their like chooping their dicks. Like chooping their like chooping their dicks off, or plucking their eyes off, or just burying them alive. I wouldn't do it, but that just makes me happy.